I'd like to talk to you today about the critical state of the real estate industry and a new marketing program that you might want to incorporate into your overall business plan. I started my day by sending out 5,000 emails this morning. Now these 5,000 emails I sent out were HTML formatted, they were spam proofed. I sent them out to 8 different categories of people. I sent them to people who are delinquent on their property taxes. I sent them to people who are behind on their mortgage payment. I sent them to people who maybe just received an NOD. I sent them to people who maybe have received a notice of a trustee sale. I sent them to equity sellers, to absentee owners, to the tenant in the absentee owner's property. These are targeted emails. Now a friend of mine named Pete, this is how he started his day. He went out to knock on doors. Now, if you find that your business is stuck, maybe you're over here, your income's gone down, your costs have gone up, and every day is a struggle, and you're trying to get from here to over here, where your income goes up and your costs go down and life is a little better, this is a difficult thing to do. How do you do this? Well, one thing, maybe we can get some help from Albert Einstein. Einstein said, the thinking that got us to where we are is not the thinking that's going to get us to where we want to be. So maybe it's time to revamp your business, unless you want to go out and knock on doors like Pete's doing. Now, since I sent my emails out this morning, the 5,000 that I sent, 2,700 have already landed in inboxes, and 2 have been read. Now these numbers will change dramatically as we go through the day. When I conclude this, I'll tell you where we are on those 5,000 emails. Agents like Pete amuse me because see, Pete thinks that if he does more of what hasn't been working, that somehow his business will be better. So Pete's made the decision to go out and knock on more doors, make more phone calls, and hold more open houses. Now let's assume that Pete's grandfather was in the real estate business back in the 1960s. Now back in the 1960s, knocking on doors, making cold calls, and holding more open houses may have worked for Pete's grandfather, but this is 2010, and what Pete's grandfather did in 1960 doesn't work in 2010. See, Pete and I both have something in common. We woke up this morning in a world that's called a high-velocity world. Everything happens quickly today. So if there's one word that I would use to describe the 21st century, it would be velocity. Velocity has changed everything. And in a high-velocity world, you need to become a high-velocity thinker, because the prize today doesn't go to the person that works harder. It doesn't even go to the person that works the smartest. It goes to the person who's the quickest, because velocity now enables us to do things on a massive scale. So for example, while I send out 5,000 emails in just a click of a button, Pete's still out there knocking on doors, and he can't knock on 5,000 doors today or even all month long. So technology has enabled us to do things on a massive scale. So another thing today is that the velocity of things have changed the way we think about business. Today, a successful business is one in which there's timely recognition of opportunity followed by massive action. And that's what high velocity marketing is all about. Now there's another big difference between what Pete is doing and what I'm doing. When Pete walks up and knocks on those doors, if there's no one home, he leaves a brochure on the door. So everyone gets the same brochure. This is like a one-size-fits-all mentality. What we do at high velocity marketing is quite a bit different. You know, I like to think of this company as the Star Wars of real estate, because we're all about the future. And so what we do is we supply you with a number of what we call geocoded email addresses. Now these are email addresses that have the name, the property address, and the email address. And then we teach you how to sort this group of emails into different categories so you're dealing specifically with the needs of the people that we're emailing to. So for example, we have a piece of marketing material that goes to someone that's received an NOD. We also have another piece of marketing material that goes to someone who's an equity seller. So you don't want to be sending the equity seller and the NOD recipient the same piece of marketing material. This one-size-fits-all idea doesn't really work. In the 21st century, we can do a lot better than this. So what we do is we teach you the DNA of your farm, we break it all down for you, and then we set up drip campaigns so that you're sending out these marketing pieces to all these different people at all different times during the month, addressing the specific issue in their life that they happen to be dealing with. So what we're talking about here is sending you emails for the specific area that you farm in. We're talking about going right down the street and giving you emails street by street by street, because we want people talking about you. See, there's one thing we know at high velocity marketing, and that's that people are always going to talk, but we want them to talk about you. So we want to make sure that you're constantly putting information out into your farm. Again, dealing with specific issues that people have. These are targeted emails. The other thing is, In addition to the emails, we're going to provide you with brochures that we send out by email. For example, you're going to have track reports that you send into each one of the tracks, letting the owners in that particular track know what the current sales are, what the current property values are, what the current rental rates are. There'll be articles on those track reports that are written by attorneys, by CPAs, by psychologists, all relating to real estate and what's happening in the world, in their world today. In addition, you'll have your own newspaper. We have a little newspaper called In Your Neighborhood. This is something that will cause a lot of people to talk about you, because if Mrs. Smith wants to have a garage sale in 2 weeks, she can contact you. You will advertise her garage sale in your little newspaper that only goes out to the people in your farm. It's a local newspaper. And as you know today, most newspapers are in trouble. A lot of small papers are going out of business also. So you'll be a publisher of your own little newspaper in your own little farm. We'll also help you put together a little magazine called Health and Wellness, in which we have a group of doctors, holistic doctors, who write articles for you. This will go out into your farm every month. So what's going to happen in your farm is every month there's going to be emails going here, brochures going here, magazines going here, newspapers going here. You're going to be really hyperactive in this small little area. And everything that goes out will have your photograph, your name, your contact information, how to find your website. It will make you the most dominant agent in the community. If you're a forward-thinking agent and all this makes sense to you, and you'd like to send thousands and thousands of emails out into your farm every month, and you'd like people talking about you all the time because you're the agent that they see the most, then you can contact us at highvelocitymarketers.com. But before I end this, remember I told you I was going to let you know what happened to those 5,000 emails I send out? Well, of the 5,000 that I send out, 3,700 have now landed in inboxes, and 15 have been read, and we're doing this in California, and right now the time it's only 10:20. So these numbers will change again by the end of the day. We look forward to hearing from you.